Come on in. Welcome back to my channel, Compton CALI girl. And I got another video for y'all. The girl, Ashlee, Jenae, the influence. Yeah, it don't even sit right with me. Okay, the boyfriend, no, it don't even sit right to me. But anyways, I got a video for y'all, and let's get to it. You did.
We take a deep dive into real cases, the evidence, the court records, and the stories behind the headlines. Welcome to Crimes with Chronicle. So we have Ashlee Robinson, known online as Ashlee Jenae, a 31-year-old lifestyle and travel influencer who openly identified herself as a divester. A woman who calls herself a divester is usually saying she's being intentional about who she dates, she's raising her standards financially, emotionally, and lifestyle-wise, and she no longer entertains relationships that don't benefit her growth. Basically, she's choosing to date outside of her usual type, background, or her community. And with that being said, here enters Joe McCann. Now, Joe is a hedge fund manager and an executive who is currently the founder and CEO of Asymmetric Information, which has been acquired by MG Stover. And according to his LinkedIn page, McCann describes the venture as a stealth software firm which works primarily with crypto infrastructure and risk management. Now, Ashlee had been vacationing at the Zuri Zanzibar resort in Tanzania with her boyfriend Joe. During the trip, she shared on Instagram that the two had gotten engaged after Joe proposed to her while they were on a safari. Now, she even posted a video capturing that special moment. Throughout the trip, Ashlee appeared happy and fully enjoying herself. Photos and videos showed the couple smiling together, taking in the experience, and documenting their time at the resort. Now, her content also featured moments with wildlife, including zebras and giraffes, and on her birthday, she shared photos of herself feeding a giraffe, along with clips and pictures from her celebrating in Tanzania. But not long after, news of her death began to surface. According to reports, Ashlee was found unresponsive in a room and was later pronounced dead after being transferred to a hospital. Now, as the news spread, speculation quickly started building online about what may have happened. Now, Ashlee's family released this statement to the public yesterday. Ashlee Robinson was on what should have been one of the happiest trips of her life, a birthday celebration in Zanzibar, Africa. Ashlee's birthday was April 5th. She just turned 31. Surrounded by beauty, love, and wildlife, she became engaged during a safari, an unforgettable moment that marked the start of a future she was so excited to build. She and her fiance, Joe McCann, were staying in a luxury villa at the Zuri Zanzibar, continuing what we believed was her dream trip, but just days later, that dream turned into our family's worst nightmare. Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. Nothing about this loss feels real. One moment she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashlee fashion, and the next she was gone. This suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. At this time, there is an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashlee's suspicious passing. Although we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar and are working closely with them as we seek clarity and answers. Ashlee was deeply loved. She was vibrant, full of life, and had so much ahead of her. Our family is completely devastated, and we appreciate the prayers and compassion we have received as we navigate this unimaginable loss. We respectfully ask that any information not directly provided by our family be treated as unverified and not considered factual at this time. Robinson and Indra's family. Now, what's making this situation even more unsettling isn't just her sudden death, it's the timeline, the conflicting explanations, and the growing number of people saying something about this story just doesn't add up. Because depending on who you ask, this is either a tragic situation or something that still hasn't been fully explained. So let's really slow down and walk through everything from the beginning all the way to where things stand right now. Now, Ashlee Jenae, whose real name is Ashlee Robinson, had built this presence online centered around lifestyle, travel, and what she described as a divestor. And whether people agreed with her approach or not, she had an audience that followed her journey, watching her travel, her perspectives, and the way she presented her life. So when she traveled to Tanzania earlier this month, it wasn't just a random trip. This was a milestone moment. She was turning 31. She posted her engagement on the 3rd, 2 days before her birthday. On the 4th, she posted, "If this is a dream, please don't wake me up." And on the 5th, her actual birthday, she posted chapter 31, and I'm exactly where I need to be. He responds with me. One of her friends uploaded this to Twitter showing an alleged text message between the two. It says, "My dog, congratulations. Me and Taylor crashing the wedding." Ashlee responds, "Laugh out loud, my dog." Friend responds, "Let's see that rock." She says, "Thank you, man. Don't need to crash something you'd be invited to, gang." Friend responds with the fire emoji, and Ashlee says, "But we'll probably just elope. Laugh out loud. I don't want a big wedding, maybe a big after party." Friend says, "We shall be there." This all happened April 3rd, the day she became engaged. Surprisingly enough, being on a trip like this, she never posted again after that birthday. Now, saying "I'm exactly where I need to be" is what has many of us struggling to process what happens next. So let's think for a second. She's on a luxury vacation, she's celebrating her birthday, and she just got engaged. Now, to most people, this sounds like the beginning of a new chapter, not the end of one. And that's where the timeline is so important, because everything, at least on the surface, was moving in a direction that looked positive. There was no public signs of distress that had been widely confirmed, no clear indication that something was wrong, at least not from what people could see. But then within days, everything changed. Ashlee was reportedly found unresponsive in her villa. Emergency services were involved. It's being widely speculated that she used cloth from some of her clothing to try to unalive herself. She was allegedly found by members of the hotel staff. And just like that, a trip that started as a celebration turned into a tragedy. Her friend Savannah took to social media and said, "We need justice for my friend Ashlee Jenae, who was found dead in her hotel in Tanzania," and her fiance Joe McCann claimed she blanked herself. Anyone who knows Ash knows she would never commit. We need answers now. People on her social media looked at this relationship and saw this man as scary a long time ago. Someone says, "Please don't chop her up and put her in a wall." Ashlee responded, "I don't get chopped, just screwed." Someone said 20 weeks ago, "He gonna unalive you." Someone else said, "He is going to harm you. Get out." And I'm not gonna lie, they always say the eyes do not lie. Something about his look just did not sit right with me either. So I was picking up on which I was putting down. Now, as the family stated, this situation is currently under investigation, so we will wait for them to have the full facts. However, I'm going to provide you with what the news outlets and police in Tanzania are currently saying. Now, according to a news outlet in Tanzania known as the Citizen, it says Zanzibar police confirmed self-unaliving in the death of a U.S. influencer, Robinson, fiance not detained. So it wouldn't allow me to read on their website without subscribing, so here we will read it from their Instagram page. It says, "Police in Zanzibar have confirmed that self-unaliving was the cause of death of the 31-year-old American lifestyle influencer, Ashlee Robinson, better known online as Ashlee Jenae. The influencer died while on holiday with her fiance in Tanzania, and initial reports had suggested foul play. However, North Unguja Police Commander Benedict Mapajira told the Citizen after news of Ashlee Jenae went viral across global social media platforms, they have ruled out foul play in her death. He said the incident occurred on Thursday, April 9, 2026, when the woman is said to have blanked herself using a piece of cloth from her dress inside a wardrobe. The regional police chief said the couple had been staying together but later had a disagreement, prompting hotel management to separate them into different rooms. The fiance, as it was reported, had disagreements, and later hotel management decided to separate their rooms. So the woman had her own room and the man had his own room, he said. The police commander said the matter was reported at Nungwi police station after hotel staff raised an alarm that a guest was was suspected to be a self-unaliver. She was still alive when the matter was reported to the police. She was rescued and taken to the hospital. However, she passed away the following day, Friday, April 10th, he said. He said the body remains in Tanzania pending further examination before arrangements for repatriation to the U.S. are made. According to circulating social media reports, Robinson had traveled to Zanzibar to celebrate her birthday on April 5th. During the trip, McCann allegedly surprised her with a marriage proposal during a safari, an event later described by her family as memorable. The couple was staying at the Zuri Zanzibar resort when the incident occurred. And here is further information about her fiancé. It says Zanzibar police have said the fiancé of 31-year-old U.S. lifestyle influencer who died on the island is neither detained nor under investigation, as authorities maintain that the case is a self-unaliving. North Ungunja Police Commander Benedict Mapajiro said there were no grounds to take legal action against Joe McCann following the death of Ashlee Robinson, also known as Ashlee Jenae. We can't take legal action or detain him under these circumstances, he said, adding that investigations found no evidence linking the fiancé to criminal activity. The rest of the part we already know, but it then goes on to say Commander Mapajiro said that the man had been cooperating with authorities and was not considered a suspect. Ending it says, however, police have urged the public to avoid speculation as investigations continue to establish the full details surrounding the incident. We just all find it weird that an influencer like her would post every day and then just stop on the day of her birthday and then pass away 5 days later. Something just does not seem to be adding up. The fact that the couple were involved in a disagreement so bad that they had to separate them and put them in different rooms, something just does not feel right, but we will definitely see this story through. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Ashlee Robinson, also known as Ashlee Jenae, and her fiance, Mr. Joe McCann? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye.